Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie Violet Vixen Commissaro, and I'm here with my crowd surfing co-host, Jamie Reed.
Hi guys, good to see you.
Tonight we're diving into the chaos, grit, and fire that is Dying Oath, a band that doesn't just play heavy metal, they bleed it. Front and center is Mindy Jackson King, the fierce and fearless vocalist who brings raw power and intensity to not only every track, but to every stage. We're sitting down with Mindy to talk about her personal journey, the band's evolution, and what it really means to stand out in a scene that is overflowing with noise. Please welcome back our friend, Mindy.
Hi, everybody. Good to meet you.
So we were just chatting before, Dennis and I, about all the things that you guys have done since the last time you've been on. So we need to take it kind of like further back than usual and start with the fact that you did that awesome video, and we call it the sexy video. And I forget the name offhand, but you did that awesome video with Kat.
Yeah, that was for a cover that I did for Desire, which was a Meg Myers song that I really enjoyed throughout my burlesque career. So I thought that it would be cool to do that as a cover. Sorry, that's my dog squeaking her toy in the back.
Yeah, I've seen you like since that video, like totally stepping out, like with your makeup, with just like it's like that just was the beginning to a whole new Mindy. So and next we got to get into the fact that you guys played The Gathering. I was like going out of my oh my god.
Yeah, that was crazy. Last year was absolutely crazy for us. We got to play Louder Than Life. We got to play The Gathering, a lot of other festivals. It was really cool. It was a really cool experience.
What was the craziest thing that happened out of the festivals that you played last year?
Well, I mean, at The Gathering, there everything is crazy there. You know, we saw people letting off fireworks from their private parts. We saw lots of nude people. I can't even get into all of it, but there was some really insane stuff happening. Absolutely
I'm not
insane.
surprised.
I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. Like I was blown away the entire time I was there, to say the least.
Now, what's the difference in vibe between like Louder Than Life and The Gathering?
So with Louder Than Life, like they treat you like royalty, whether you are the smallest band or the biggest band on the bill. Like you have your own stage manager. They tote you back and forth on the stages, so you don't have to ride. You get catering, like you get your own trailer so that you can get ready. Like it's absolutely insane. At The Gathering, like you're pretty much just on your own. Like it's just survival of the fittest. Like everybody, no matter what band you're in, it's like you just kind of get out there and try to figure things out for yourself, which I kind of like. It was kind of cool, but also like without direction, we have no idea what's going on. So, but it was cool. It was cool. It was worth it. Both festivals were definitely worth it. But I think that DWP festivals are more catered to being super professional, and the Gathering of the Juggalos is like a giant field party.
It's ICP. What do you expect?
Exactly.
Now, if you could play any of the DWP festivals, which one would you want to play?
That's hard. That's a hard one. Louder Than Life was my goal. Like that's the one that I really wanted to do, and we finally got to do that. Let me take this toy from her. I am so sorry.
Um, mine's
I
right
got a
next
new
to me.
puppy.
I had to get a chair because she was, like, attacking me during the podcast.
Well, she's a new puppy, so she's only like 12 weeks old, so she's chewing on absolutely everything.
Did
Um,
you ever hear anything about Mosh?
no, no, I'm hoping that she got to live with some old lady and eats lots of food every day and is well taken care of. But no, we never. I think somebody took her, honestly, because like we never had an issue with her going out of the yard or like doing anything crazy, and she just vanished off the face of the earth. And we put out like
It's the new
several
puppy.
$1,000 rewards and a lot of other
I
stuff. And
know. I know, we were all, like, reposting it. I was I have a little dog too, and, like, anybody that has a little dog like that, like, I mean, I see, like, birds fly in my backyard, I'm like, "Oh, no, we gotta go in, we gotta go in."
yeah, watch your dogs. Actually this dog that I have now, Evie, is like a spitting image of her. It's like Mosh number 2. It's really weird. Like she acts like her, she looks like her, but she doesn't go anywhere that I am not right there, and she is on a leash like 100% of the time. I'm terrified. Like even when I put her in her sling, it's got a leash on the inside of it so she can't jump out. Like I'm so scared of losing her.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me, they're like, "You should get one of those, like, spiky jackets to put on," because, like, in PA, we have, like, a bunch of, like, hawks that fly over.
Don't fly right down and take your dogs and your
Yeah,
cat.
I watched one a couple months ago, and ever since then, like, I've been, like, a nervous wreck about, like, 6 going outside. So, all my friends are like, "You gotta get her one of those spiky jackets," but I don't know. I don't know how I feel, I don't want her to get hurt on the spiky jacket, but who knows?
Yeah, with the small dogs, like you have to watch every move that they make because they could get hurt on literally anything.
So, sorry about that happening, and a sad topic, but happy topic, you got engaged.
Well, that's another sad topic actually. So I got engaged and she ended up leaving like 2 weeks later. But yeah, I don't even know myself to tell you. But regardless of the fact, that's been several months ago, and I ended up reconnecting with one of my best friends of like 15 years, and now have the absolute best partner I could have ever had, love of my life. So I think
What?
that everything probably happens for a reason. Like I was heartbroken for a little bit because I didn't understand, and we still share a kid together. Like we still
Mm,
co-parent, and we're friends, and that's water under the bridge, whatever. She's happy, I'm happy, and I think things happen for a reason.
mm,
But building a foundation with somebody that you've known for 15 years and being able to build a relationship from that, I think is probably the best thing that ever could have happened to me. So I think it's just one of those things where life kind of puts you in the direction that you're supposed to be, regardless of that's the place you think you need to be or want to be. So I did get engaged, and I'm glad that that didn't go through because obviously it didn't pan out. So
I'm
I
so
guess
That's the
happy for
better
you,
thing.
though. It led you on a good journey, though.
it did. And not only am I like doing better on that side of things, but my mental health is so much better. My career is so much better. My job is so much better. So I think that, it was just a small change, and none of that was due to her. I'm not saying that any of that was because of her or our relationship or anything like that. But I think that certain doors close, other doors open, and then you get your mental health to where that's supposed to be, and that opens a lot more doors. And so I think the world, or the universe rather, kind of has a way of just putting you where you're supposed to be. So I'm very thankful that it happened, regardless of it being something bad, because I've written a lot of great music since
I
then.
was just
And
about to say,
Yep.
like, man, like,
Inspiration.
You really
Absolutely.
channeled it because I've seen, I mean, you can just tell if you listen to older music versus new music, like the emotion is just, it's fire.
Yeah, I
So
think that we've also gone through a lot of changes as a band too that really like pushed me over the edge with a lot of things too. And once again, that's not due to ex members or like anything like that. But I think that once you grow as a person, you also grow professionally. So I think that that's helped me really figure out who I am as an artist too by figuring out who I am as a person.
now with the member changes, um, what do the members that are currently in the band, what are some of the things that these members bring to the table that might not have been there before?
So I think that having a new drummer, like we've had a lot of good drummers in this band over the years. Like I'm not saying that any of them were not good because they've all been phenomenal drummers. But I think that having a drummer that's on the same page with the rest of the band that really gets the direction is
Mm,
super important because it's what ties everything together. And I think that Hogan really grasps like or grasped even before he was in the band, like what we were doing and the direction that we were going, and he meshed so well with it. And I think that really brought a lot of energy and a lot of broader range on what we could do because drums change everything.
yeah.
So I think that that really upped our game. And Joey, our new bass player, brings so much energy to the table. Like everybody thinks that, you know, the vocalist is the rock star, but Joey's the rock star. Like this guy from start to finish is just breaking his neck, you know, like he's just all over the stage. He's busted his head during performances and bled out and played the whole set and like just he's crazy with it. He's the epitome of metal, and I think that's really lit a spark under everybody to want to be better and to be more energetic and to also it's another one of those things that like he's kind of like the dad of the group, so he ties everything together as well. And you got to have a good rhythm section, so having a new bass player and a new drummer really upped our game. I think that's really what we needed, and we love all the past members and, you know, definitely thank them for everything that they did. But the direction that we're going in now, we definitely needed those 2 for sure.
Now, with the new songs, do you still use the same like process with writing and like the creation of the song with the other members, or do you have like a new process now that
I think
it's
it's
a different band,
a little
different?
bit of both. I think that some of our songs still have like that older Dying Oath vibe, like Burn, we just released like 2 days ago. Still has like the same vibe as some of our earlier stuff that we released because that was one of the first songs that we wrote and we never put it out. And it's
Really?
evolved to what it is now because of the member changes and because of the new processes. And there's 2 other songs that are going to be releasing on the EP in 2 weeks. Nobody knows that. We weren't going to tell anybody that, but I'm telling you. We were just going to shadow drop everything. But they're also 2 older songs, and the album is actually named after, basically, like, coming home, getting back to your roots, so we rewrote these songs completely, other than the music is the same, which is why they have the old school vibe, but we rewrote everything to our feelings and vibes now, and
I
it
love
made it
that.
more modern, so it's, like, half of old Dying Oath and, like, half of the new modern sound that we've been moving in toward with Odyssey and another song that we actually just finished writing. So it's kind of a mix. Sometimes, you know, one of the guys will have a riff and we're like, "Oh, this sounds really cool. Let's write with that." Sometimes I'll have lyrics off the top of my head. Sometimes, you know, it's we're just jamming at practice and something sounds cool and we just run with it. So I think it really just depends on the song, but a lot of the stuff that we're getting ready to put out on the EP is stuff that meant something to us that we never released to the world that is now the grown version of us that we've rewritten it with. And then there's a new song that we just finished writing, which is like super modern, unlike anything that we've done. Still has the Dying Oath vibe and the sound. Obviously, you can't get away from my vocals, but it's it's different and I like it. It's we're I think leaning more into not only just our old school influences that we grew up with, which is why we started this band to begin with for 2000s metalcore, but now leaning more into stuff that we enjoy as adults that we listen to every day and kind of mixing all of those genres and those vibes and those feelings together to make Dying Oath.
Now your fans, your fans are like no other. Like they are literally like a family. Now the ones that have been with you like for the long haul, like since the beginning, how did they feel about the new music with the new and old age vibes to it?
So the people that have been with us from the beginning absolutely still love it because like I said, it's just a grown version of what it was. And
Mhm.
some of these songs, Burn actually, like I said, was one of the first songs we wrote. So we've played it live, but it's evolved and changed. So they welcome it with open arms because it's a song that they love, but it's just a new take on it. That's I feel is much more of an improvement. So they really love it. And, some of the newer fans that have never heard of us enjoy it because it does sound like a lot of stuff that's out today. So I think that we really are going to reap some rewards from this because we get to keep our old fans that still love the music, but we're making new fans and younger fans that enjoy some of the more modern metalcore today. So I'm hoping that it pays off.
Now, I'll ask you first, out of your like current songs that you've just put out within the last like 6 months, what is the one that you're like so excited to play on stage right now?
That's hard. I think, Burn probably, that just got a new breakdown added, which is what you hear today. It didn't used to have a breakdown at all. So, that breakdown goes so hard at practice, and the couple of times that we've played it live, like, since we've started to launch it, has just been incredible. It gets the crowd absolutely just insane. So I'm excited to play that one, and, once we get this other song completely finished and are ready to play it live, I think that's gonna be our best song yet, so I'm excited to play that one too, and hopefully people like the direction that we're starting to move into.
I love that it has the growth from like all the way through. It's that's awesome. I can't even wait to hear what you've got coming out. As soon as you release Burn, I went on and I listened. Great music, everybody, to listen to. I think all your songs could be in that category. Great gym music. Like, I mean, the build-ups, like everything. I know that like a ton of my friends are like Dying Oath is definitely like top tier, like step into the gym and want to go hard.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. That's something that we get a lot actually is, the playlist that we get put on and stuff like that. It's usually, like, things that you would listen to go into the gym or to kickbox or whatever the case may be, just to let out a little aggression. But I think it translates because, like, that's the reason why I do the music that I do is because if you talk to me, like, I'm not an aggressive person at all, like, at all. I'm a big teddy bear. But there are a lot of toxins in my body mentally that, I think everybody has. And it's just a healthy outlet for me to let those things out and to be able to speak about things that I wouldn't normally speak about that hurt, I guess. And so that's kind of how people perceive it. And that's the kind of stuff that amps you up when you're in the gym is, thinking about the things that push you forward and empower you, but also the things that hurt that you want to do better at. So I think it goes hand in hand and I think it's perfect.
It's also music you can listen to. Like, you basically have a song for like every situation that you could possibly go through. Like, you can relate to each of your songs. And I think that's so important because I know when I'm listening to a song, like I want to start thinking about something. Like I need that picture, especially if I'm not watching the music video. And I feel like with all your songs, like I get my own kind of take on the song. So I love to hear what they're about, like behind the scenes also, because great.
That's awesome. That makes me happy, and that's kind of why I leave most of it up to, just general areas of life so that people can make a concept of whatever it means to them. But a lot of the time I'm just writing about real things that have happened to me that I know happens to everybody else that people usually don't speak about because it's things like I said that hurt, or us facing our own demons or whatever the case may be that people don't want to accept about themselves. And I think this it's kind of like my therapy, and I want to release it for others so that they can have the same therapy. It's like going into group therapy together. And that's the reason why I love to write so much, because I know there are people out there that don't have a voice and don't have, a platform like I have to be able to talk to other people about things. And I'm hoping to just encourage those people to come forward and to be who they are and be accepting of who they are and to live life how they see fit.
I love how every single one of your posts are like, it's like an entire like group chat. Like everybody's chiming in, everybody's kind of like giving their like 2 cents in on it. And like, it's great. Like you posted one the other day. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard. You wrote, "I'm just there for the comments." It was about something down near you, and oh my god, I went into the comments. I was like, "I am so glad she posted this."
Yeah, I don't know. I try to make empowering posts because I know a lot of people, especially women, have a lot of insecurities. I myself do. We all do. We're human. A lot of people don't talk about it, but I want to use my platform to make people happy. So a lot of times it's comedy because I like to make people laugh. A lot of times it's empowering posts. Sometimes it's just you know, downright weird stuff because I'm a little bit weird, but most of my fans are, not the most normal people in the world, but what is normal? So I know who my fan base is. I know, these are the type of people that would be my friends in real life, and a lot of them are. So I try to help them out every day in whatever possible way I can. Because, I mean, if you're just walking down the street and you smile at somebody, that makes their day. Sometimes you don't even know that just a kind word or whatever it is makes somebody's day. And there might be somebody out there that really, really needs it that day, that is just at their end. And so it's important to me. That's the most important thing to me, is to make sure that all of my fan base is alive and thriving and happy with who they are. And I can't change the world and I can't change people, and there's only so much I can do, but you can change your world even if you can't change the entire world. And it's what you put out into it is what you give back. So the reason why these people are so giving and so generous to me is because I try to do those same things for them and really care about these people and answer every message and try to be there for these people on a personal level. Because if it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't have a career at all. Like, they're the people that I'm writing for to begin with. This isn't about me or the band or the music that we're creating. It's about this giant network of people that we genuinely care about because they're the ones that keep pushing us forward.
And in my intro, I was saying about you guys like being in a world, like in a scene full of noise. Like you guys are a loud voice in that scene. Like it's really cool to see even how far you've come in what, a year and a half. Like
Yeah.
you really have inspired a ton of people. I mean, even to the point, I mean, let's just name drop a little bit. I mean, like even Kitty has recognized and like shout out your talent and just the way that you are. And I
I
mean,
heard that on
everybody
Liquid
that
Metal.
knows you. What were you saying, Jamie?
I thought I heard that on Liquid Metal.
Yeah, like everybody that knows you just absolutely has nothing bad to say about you. I mean, you really are that genuine sweetheart.
Thank you. I try to be. My mama raised me right.
She
But
did.
I think it's just one of those things where I think there's a lot of ugliness in the world, and there's always going to be, and there always has been. But I think it's important that if if I'm still here and I'm still breathing, that I'm giving to those that are giving to me. I think that's important. And so it's not even about, like the kindness or like being a sweetheart or like any of those things. It's just that I know the
Mhm.
human condition. I've been through a lot of experiences in my 38 years of being alive. And the one thing that I've noticed the most is that the world needs love
Absolutely.
110%. So if I'm the only one giving it, then so what? At least I can lay my head down at night and know that I have done my part in making the world better, regardless of how small it is that day.
Now, not to put you on the spot, but can you tell us about like one standout fan encounter that really just moved you?
Oh gosh. There are so many of them. So many of them. Like I get presents brought to me at shows all the time. Like lots of handmade gifts. People have bought things and sent it to my house. Like people have chipped in and done things like my new video, my solo video that's getting ready to come out. Actually, my fans paid for that entirely. And so I was saying to them, like, if anybody wants to donate, I'll put you in the credits. And I'm thinking, like, $2 to $5. I thought I might have made like $50, right? And then I get these messages, and people are sending like $500, $1,000, things like that.
They
And
watch
to
a
me,
desire video. They watch your desire video.
I think it's that, but I think it's also the fact that whenever I made the post about the video, I made sure to tell everybody what it was about. And I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And I think that there's such a stigma around that, and such a, I don't know, people don't even want to help people with borderline personality disorder because there's such a stigma that we're such bad people, and like we're narcissists and we're this, that, and the other. And I don't think anybody is perfect, but I think that living with borderline personality disorder it's a very hard mental illness. The
Mhm.
doctors say that it's the same thing as like living with third degree burns, but it's on the inside. So it's something that I've struggled with my whole life and something that I've wrote about undercover, but I decided to step forward and be more vocal about it and share my story with people because a lot of people are suffering
Mhm.
because of it. And the suicide rate is very high with BPD
What
sufferers.
my
So
hair is this color. I got
yeah,
my feeling
so
purple.
um, the video and the song that I wrote is about me suffering with borderline personality disorder, and it shows the dichotomy of who I am normally and who I am when I'm splitting, and how things affect me and how much it hurts other people and how much it hurts me. And I do go to therapy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I am medicated. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that there's such a stigma around that too. If you take medication, you're crazy. If you go to therapy, you're crazy, this, that, and the other. Okay, but who is 100% mentally? Is there anybody out there that doesn't have depression or anxiety or some sort of insecurity that's affecting
And
them mentally
and
every
I
day?
feel like these options are there for a reason. And like
Right.
people just like they get angry like at you
Well,
for making your own decision. Like,
I think it's that. And a lot of people are like, well, you need religion. And a lot of people are like, well, you need science. And a lot of people say you need this, that, and the other. But it's not the same for everybody. Not everybody needs therapy. Not everybody can take meds. Not everybody shares the same views on religion. It's not the same for everybody. But I think that it's important to find the thing that works for you so that you can feel healthy, because you only have one life. and it's really short, and you don't wanna suffer through it. And I spent a lot of my angsty teen years just suffering through it, not knowing what was wrong with me, and being depressed, and hurting myself, and hurting other people because hurt people, and a lot of my songs are about all of these things. I'm not perfect, and never have been, and never claim to be, but I have progressed more mentally, physically, and professionally in the last 5 years than I have in my entire life, and I think that's because I wanted to make a change. I wanted to get clean from drugs. I wanted to stop drinking. I wanted to figure out why I was doing drugs and drinking, because a lot of times there's a root to that. I wanted to be a better version of myself. I wanted to stop hurting other people. I wanted to stop hurting myself. And I thought it was important to not only write about that so that people know it's okay, but to find a solution to my issue so that other people can find solutions to their issues. And so that song is completely about that and all of the things that I just said. And I think that it's going to help people. I hope that it helps people. It's the reason why I wrote Ascension, so that people could get out of their abusive behaviors and abusive behaviors with other people. I think that these are things that people aren't talking about, and they need to be talked about because we are losing people because it's not being talked about. And so it's very important to me. I think that people see that, and it's important to them as well, and they want to help out with that, because I'm not just a project, I'm not a solo artist, I'm not in just a band. As I said, we are a networking community, and everybody counts and everybody matters. And if I can be a voice for that in any way, then I'm gonna do it or die trying.
I feel like the world right now is so all over the place and chaotic in general, but,
Divided.
like, I think for the most part, even, like, the sane people that don't have any mental issues going on, I know I'm all over, like, I'm up and down all over the place, like, something crazy will happen and I'll be like, "Oh my god," and, like, then, like, I mean, I'll end up, like, yelling at Jackson, and he'll be like, "Why are you yelling at me? Like, where did that come from?" And it's like, I think it affects everybody, some people more than others, but I think it's important that everybody say, like, you know, "Things are piling up in my life, and, like, I need to talk about them before it gets to a
Yeah.
point where they're in a hole so deep that they're sleeping all day."
And
Mhm.
I think that's important 110%. And I also think it's important that we ask ourselves what we can do to help each other. I think that, if you see a friend struggling, it takes nothing to send a message, to call somebody, to just send them, a hey, I hope you're doing well, or whatever. That means a lot to people that are struggling. So I think that if we were to all work together and to not only help ourselves, but to help each other, then we wouldn't lose as many people as we do every year. And that's sad to say. I know that we can't focus on everybody around us. It's really hard to do that. But I lost my best friend to suicide last year.
I'm sorry.
So it's something that I think is important.
Yeah, I lost my best friend to suicide in 2011, so I know exactly how that is.
Yeah, it's hard.
Now, I've lost some people in my life also. What is a memory that you hold on to with that person? Like, something that every time that you kinda do, because I was just reading this whole thing on how everybody, like, imprints our life in a different way, and that when you lose someone or you're going through someone, like, even if someone has dementia or whatever, you should kind of, like, do the thing, like, whether it's cooking or whether it's going to a certain spot or watching a movie, you should kind of, like, do that thing instead of feeling sad to remember that person. What is something that you did with your friend that whenever you do it, you kinda think of them?
Playing shows. He used to come to every show, and after he passed, his ex girlfriend actually gave me all of his Dying Oath shirts, which was really cool.
You should make one of those quilts out of them.
So a couple of years ago, I lost what I considered Dying Oath's biggest fan. His name was Dale, and his sister took his Dying Oath shirt, his favorite Dying Oath shirt, and made it into a pillow for me, and it still smells like him. It's got his name on it, and she gave me his Dying Oath hat. There was only one of them, and he had ordered it somewhere, and she gave it to me, and I wear it to shows for luck. But I think I wanna do that. I think I wanna make another pillow so they can sit side by side on the shelf together because they used to come to shows together, so I think it would be really cool.
And I just want to throw out there to anybody that's watching, if you are having an issue, I'm on all the social media. Feel
Me
free to reach
too.
out to me.
Me too.
And sometimes I do overlook things, like if you're really feeling that upset, just write, please read in big letters, all caps. I will get back to you. Like, seriously, like, I think that people are really just going through it, whatever that is in their life right now. And
Yeah,
I do feel that the message that you're sending out is really that important.
I
There are
appreciate
people
that.
to turn to. There, I mean, everybody's got a hectic life going on, but there are people that you can turn to, and nobody should feel alone. And just know, if you're on my friend list or you're watching the show or whatever, like, you're not alone.
Absolutely, and that's why I take the time every day to answer everybody's messages on the pages or to my regular page because I feel like no matter how big we get as a band or as I get bigger as a solo artist, I don't ever want anybody to run my socials. I feel like it's so impersonal and it takes a lot of time out of my day every day. It does. It takes away from things. I have to sacrifice time and energy to it, but I think it's worth it because there are people out there that are looking for that message every day. So, if you are out there and you need a friend, I'll be your friend. Just message me.
And all three of us have no automatic message. So you won't have to worry about us not seeing it through the automatic message.
Yeah. Just real people that wanna help real people.
I hate that. Like, I'll be all excited. I'll think someone write me back, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, thanks for
I don't
contacting.
Yeah. So our band page does do that because, like, we have ratings or whatever. So if you message the band page, it'll have, like, the automatic message, but I see it directly after that. It's just so it keeps our ratings up, but I always message back. So if you get a message back, it's not the automatic message, it's me.
Awesome. So if you're feeling down, reach out to one of us. We're all there.
For sure.
So let's talk about Burn, and where do you want everybody to go to view it, right?
listen to it.
Like, do you want Spotify? I'm a YouTube girl, obviously.
I would prefer YouTube. I mean, Spotify numbers help us a lot as a band, but the YouTube video means a lot to me. Our friend Chelsea Mauro, she actually did the video. She's the vocalist for Visitant. She's an amazing vocalist, but it was one of her first videos, from what I understand, that she's ever done. And she nailed the concept. She nailed the feeling. She's an absolute gem of a person, and I want to get her name out there as much as I want to get our name out there, so please go watch the video and drop a comment on how much you enjoy it because it makes her day. Um, but we try to work with people that are local to us. We don't use big producers. We don't use, any of those things. We reach out to the homies because I think that if we're winning, they're winning and vice versa. So yeah, I don't want it to just be about us. I want it to be about everybody that was involved with making this. So shout out to Chelsea for the video. Shout out to Jamie King for producing the music. I think together we made a beautiful, beautiful video of what it means to lose things that you love.
Now, just to recap, you said you've got two Dying Oath songs coming out soon. You've got a solo song coming out. Uh, dare I ask what you're working on right now?
So, um, The band is releasing 2 more songs. So the EP has 3 songs on it. That'll be out in a couple of weeks, last Friday of the month.
Okay.
I have a collaboration coming out with my friend William Baker on the 6th of next month. My solo song and video is coming out on Friday the 13th next month. Wouldn't have it any other way. Um, I have 2 more solo songs that are at the studio right now being mixed and mastered, so those will be following up right after that. Dying Oath just wrote a new song. I think that we're gonna release that after the EP to end out the year. And I think last time I counted, I have about 15 collabs that I'm doing this year with other artists and bands.
Yay! So lots of you.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get tired of me this year. I've been working on so much stuff and all of it's completely different. Like I have a song with a Christian rock artist. It's a Christian song that's coming out. I have something that sounds a little bit country, which I'm a little bit country. I like to call myself the alternative because a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll, you know what I mean? I've got some stuff that's very like mainstream pop coming out. Some really heavy stuff coming out with some of my favorite bands. It's gonna be really cool. I can't wait. I'm exploring all the ends of the spectrum when it comes to my voice and different techniques, and it's really cool because I get to bring that over to my band and explore other things, and the things that I'm exploring with the band, I can take to other collaborations and help other bands get their name out. So it's all about networking and trying to help others.
So, viewers, you know what that means. Not only do you have to follow Dying Oath, but you also have to go on all their social media and follow Mindy.
Please, please do. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to share with the world, but this year is all about helping people. Anything that I can put out, I just want people to be able to connect with it on a personal level because I think as we get older, and our health starts to decline and we start to develop those insecurities about getting older and all these things. There's so many subjects that I want to touch on to help people this year. And I know that's a tall order. It is every year, but every year I set a goal. And last year it was to do all the things on my bucket list, which I've now completely done. And
How does
now
that
the
feel?
biggest
How does that feel to complete everything on your bucket list?
Um, it's beautiful and heavy at the same time because, like, when I was a little girl, I never thought that I'd be doing the thing that I love the most. And I've been able to do that, and I've been able to play with my favorite band and work for my favorite band. I've been able to stand on the stages with all the bands that I loved growing up. I've been able to put music out that my favorite band has recognized. I've played the biggest festivals that I dreamed about playing, and the heavy part of that is now I'm like, now what the hell do I do? Like, where do I go from here? So the goal this year is to help others get to that point. I
Do a
want
little bit of
to,
everything.
yeah, I want to show people the way. I want to be the person that says, if I can do this from a small town in Western Virginia, Southwestern Virginia, in a place where there's only cow fields and no venues, then you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And I want to be the person that helps people get there. So whether it's advice or putting my name on somebody's song or whatever the case may be, I want to do it. That's my bucket list for this year.
Now, what was that final thing that you got to check off?
That was being able to play Louder Than Life and being able to work a show with Kitty. I love those girls. I've loved those girls since I was 14. That was one of the reasons why I started a band. And they've kind of showed me what it means to take care of their fans and to be the artist that people look up to. And so to be able to work with them directly for an entire day, that was the best thing that I've ever done.
Now, what's the most valuable lesson that you've learned from them?
To always be yourself no matter what, because they've gone through record labels, they've gone through years and years of obstacles and music changing, the music business changing, and all of these things. But the main reason why they are so resilient, the main reason why they are still successful is because they were true to themselves. And when somebody told them no, they kept going. When somebody said they couldn't do it, they proved them wrong. And I think that I've carried that with me throughout my career because of them. And I think that there are other bands out there that we have showed the same love to that I think feel the same way. And so I think it's just the most valuable thing about life is finding who you are and meeting those goals no matter what, not giving up until you get there and just being yourself through all of it. I think being genuine is the thing that people connect with the most, more than the music, more than the friendships. But being a genuine human being and being kind to others is the thing that people are going to remember about you the most.
Definitely. Now because of like you being in the heavy metal scene and wearing the contacts, I wore the Marilyn Manson contacts one time to a bar like a while ago back in the day. And I had some real reactions to me wearing those contacts. Have you ever had any like really seriously like crazy reactions to you wearing the contacts?
Oh yeah, it's all the time still. I mean, it's one way or the other. People are either really creeped out by it and they want to avoid you at all costs because they think you're a crazy person, or they absolutely love it and they're drawn to it and they want to ask you questions on like why you do it and all of these things, which I'm not sure if I've ever told anybody why I actually wear the contacts, but it's always one way or the other, and sometimes there are shows where people walk right past me when I look normal and I don't have the makeup and the contacts and the vest and all the things on, and don't even know it's me. And the second I put the contacts in, they're like, "Oh, when'd you get here?" And it's like, "I've been sitting at the bar for an hour, but hey." Because that's something that my stage persona has always had, from the beginning of my career when I was 14 until now. It's the contacts have been a part of me, and it's because I think that it makes me stand out, like, even from the furthest part of the room in the very back, people can see at least my eyes, if nothing else. And when we're playing a festival, if you're in the very back of the crowd in a sea of 20,000 people, you can still see my eyes. And that's important to me. I want people to know what I'm looking at, where I'm coming from. And so I think that even though the contact color is not genuine, the thought behind it is. And so it's something that I'll probably always do. Like right now, you probably can't see them, but I'm actually wearing dark blue contacts and I usually have brown eyes. But it's something that I do in my daily life too. It's not just the shows. The white ones I keep for just the shows and the videos so people know that it's me. It's my signature. But it's just something that's always been a part of me in general. Like a lot of bands that I grew up listening to and absolutely loved, like Marilyn Manson and stuff like that. Like it was a part of their persona, and I think I took that on, and it's been a part of me too, and it will probably be me when I'm 80.
It is cool. Like, I actually have respect for the commitment because me, like, I would get one in and that one would be stuck in there for 2 days, and then, like, I'd end up having an eye problem. Like, I I have, like, a real issue, like, getting them out of my eye. I can get them in, and it's not that I, like, have a thing with touching my eye, like,
Yeah.
everyone through the years is like, "How do you just touch your eye like that?" Like, it's not that. Like, for some reason, I can never, like, even get it a little, like, bunched up that I can, like, get it out. So, honestly, whenever I put them in, like, I'm prepared that I'm probably gonna have, like, some kind of eye infection or pink eye afterwards.
I mean, honestly, it does suck sometimes. Like you're in a rush to get ready, you got to get the eye contacts in. I've played shows where I couldn't get my contacts in, and people are so disappointed because it's such a part of the show and a part of who I am that people are like, "Where are your contacts?" So I've made it a point not to miss the contacts anymore, but sometimes my eyes are irritated. Sometimes we play shows like Blue Ridge where there's so much dust that my white contacts end up being brown by the time I get them out. Like, it's hard if it's cold outside and my eyelids stick to it. Like, it's a real inconvenience
I'm
sometimes,
sure the
but
lighting too, like the lighting at some of the venues. I know when they've got those strobe lights and like certain bands,
yeah,
they have like an aesthetic that like I know when I'm videotaping them, like if I'm wearing eyelashes, like my eyelash gonna look like a spider down my face. Like I know it's
yeah.
coming on.
Yeah, it's hard, like, if sometimes I wear the all black scaleras and it makes the light, like, amplified times 1,000, so it hurts my eyes, I can't look directly into the light. The white ones, sometimes if it's really dark, I can't see because they give you, like, almost like a smoky tunnel vision.
Mhm.
So, like, I have to pay attention not to, like, fall over things or cords or whatever, so it does add a little bit of a inconvenience, but I will do all of that and more to make sure that people get what they paid for, so I guess I'll keep doing it.
Now, do you have certain vibes that go with the color eyes?
Yes. So, sometimes I'll match them to what I'm wearing, like, if I'm wearing a lot of red, I'll wear red contacts. If, um depending on the vibe, like, if it's a Halloween show, something like that, I'll probably wear, like, the demon eyes or, something that is going to match whatever my costume is. If it's a festival, I always wear the white. If it's a holiday, like, I wore green ones for St. Patrick's Day. I have every color, so it just depends on, the show, what the vibe is, what I'm wearing, who I think's gonna be there. There's a whole thought process that goes into it, believe it or not.
Oh my god, I would love to see you do a TikTok where, like, you do the transition with all the different colored eyes and, like, put the Dying Oath song behind it of, like, what the feeling is for those eyes.
I might actually have to do that and then tag
Yes,
you.
we're here for it. Me, I'm always pushing TikTok for so like, I
I love
honestly, like,
TikTok.
I always go back to Facebook, like, Facebook's, like, my main spot, but
Facebook is home, but, like, TikTok is like vacation.
Mhm.
That's kinda how
that's
I see
so
it. It's
great,
like,
it's so fun.
yeah, you can be whoever you wanna be on TikTok. On Facebook, I kinda have to have, like, a certain demeanor because my business page and my personal page is actually professional page. So I have to have, like, a certain degree of, like, trying to be professional, but on TikTok, like, as balls to the wall, like, there's no
Mhm.
guarantee of what you're getting, like, a lot of it's just comedy and, like, just crazy stuff, so if you wanna see me at my rarest form, go follow my TikTok.
Oh, I know I do only suggested song like, every once in a while, I'll throw some of my friends' songs in there, but, like, I'll do whatever's suggested to me, so sometimes I'm, like, straight gangster, like, sometimes I'm, like, country bumpkin, like, I mean, like, I go through all of them, and everyone's like, "What kind of music do you listen to?" I'm like, "Eh, a little bit of everything, music roulette."
That's me too, like, everybody thinks that if you're in a metal band, like, that's all that you are surrounded by, that's all you listen to, that's all you do, but for me, like, I don't sit around and listen to metal all day long, I'm not a crazy person, like like, I think it's a certain vibe on how you feel, like, some days I'll be listening to, like, the Spice Girls, and then some days I'm, like, listening to Kelly Clarkson or Dolly Parton, some days I'm, like, listening to Korn.
I
I mean,
love that. I have this whole rule that if I'm going to listen to heavy music all night, I need to listen to like either like 12-year-old girl music or like I need to listen to a totally different
you gotta even it out, baby.
oh,
You gotta
yeah.
even it out.
Yeah.
My friend's like, we're going to a heavy show and like you wanna listen to like pop radio? And I'm like, yes, I do. Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
for sure, and plus, like, me being a metal vocalist, I have to hear metal all the time, so I have to put something in there to not only even it out, but I think that when you listen to other genres like it, you actually get a little bit of inspiration from that too, because there are so many techniques and so many things that they use that metal doesn't. And I think that's why a lot of my music sets me apart is because, like, I put all of those genres into metal.
Yeah,
I
I
have
I love that like, there's a ton of bands that are going the EDM route.
Yep.
Like, I
Mhm.
love that. I honestly, I'll take any song, like, on TikTok. Honestly, I don't even really have to like the song, and you put it to an EDM beat and, like,
Mhm.
make it hit for that 15
Mhm.
seconds, and I'm all over that shit.
I mean, a lot of my solo work has a lot of, like, electronic music behind it. Like, I don't have, a whole band for my solo work yet. I'm working on it. But the music that's written, a lot of it is electronic because it's easier to make electronic music, especially with, heavier beats, than to have a whole band laying the music down. So it's a lot easier to go that route. And I think a lot of people are starting to understand that, and that's why they're picking it up. And plus, like you said, I mean, make some bangers.
Now, do you have any other, like, genres that you'd like to explore at some point?
So my favorite genre actually is the blues. I've always wanted to be a blues singer. I started out in opera, actually. I was
Really?
Yeah, I'm classically trained. That's where I started. And then I moved into punk rock. My first band was pop punk, like Fall Out Boy, The Used, stuff like that. So I did that. And then I was in a classic rock band for a little bit because I live in Southwestern Virginia. Um, my whole family does country and bluegrass music, so, I've done a lot of that in my life. I used to sing a lot of country music with my mom and my grandmother.
Can you
Um,
yodel? I
so
feel like you could yodel if you did it.
So I've explored that a lot. Jewel actually used to be one of my favorite artists,
I
so
love Jewel.
I used to do a lot of her music, and some of it has some yodeling in there, so I've explored it a little bit. I'm not terrible at it, but I think it's definitely an art that you have to practice. Like, it comes out naturally, like the sound of it does,
Mhm.
but you have to really practice it to make it controlled, otherwise it just sounds like weird noises. But that might be something that I'll explore a little further just to see. Like, I do a lot of throat singing,
Mhm.
um, for practice because it opens up your vocal cords. So, I'm just going around, like, making throat noises, and people think it's very weird because I usually practice in the girls' bathroom. So, like, I'm in there putting contacts in, and I'm doing, like, weird throat singing techniques while people are coming in and out of the bathroom. So if you hear that in the bathroom, I apologize. But I like to explore a little bit of everything. I think that there's so much that's untapped and so much I want to do. So I don't know. In the years to come, maybe I'll do some yodeling. I don't know. I'd love to do a country song at some point because I think my voice is probably perfect for it. I grew up in Virginia, so I'm not
Oh,
like,
that would be so fun.
yeah, so I had an acoustic, project. It's If you look on Facebook, you can find it. I had an acoustic project, and we did a lot of Chris Stapleton and a lot of modern country, so there are acoustic covers of me doing country. I actually was in a band called the Ukuleles. We did a lot of ukulele and piano music.
Oh, that's
Um,
so fun.
yeah, it's the pages are still up. I'll have to send you the links, but I've had a lot of different inspired projects. So, I think I've tapped into almost everything except the blues, and that's something that I really want to try and explore more. So if you play the blues, hit me up. I'd love to do a blues song
So,
next.
basically, you're telling me that you could be in Pitch Perfect.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I could. I love Pitch Perfect, but yeah, I guess I could. I don't know. I think that music shouldn't just be, like, closed-minded. I think it's the one thing that should be the most open-minded. So when you get these gatekeepers that, like, are so closed-minded about one genre, I'm like, "You're trying
Emotions
to
all
tell
over the
other
place.
people," right? I'm like, "You're trying to tell other people that they're stupid because they don't listen to one genre, but you don't feel like you're the stupid one from not exploring like 1,000 other ones?
Right.
That makes no sense to me, sir. Like,
I
I
can't
don't
even give my top 10 favorite songs. Like, somebody
me
asked me
neither.
that, like, 2 weeks
Mm-mm.
ago, and I'm like, "Well,
No.
currently or, like, overall or, like, just off of, like, that I felt like, you gotta narrow it down."
Yeah, I that's if you asked me that, I would probably sit here for an entire hour contemplating
Yep.
because I like so many different genres and so many different artists, and I couldn't. There's absolutely no way that I could figure out like what my favorite song or favorite genre is. They're all just amazing in their own way if you have an
My
open mind, of course.
my mom makes fun of me, she's like, "They're all your favorite and you love them all." I was like, "I do." Like, I'm I'm picking them, like, obviously I love them, I get excited about every single person that comes on the show.
Yeah, and like people that like ride in the car with me, they hate it because it'll go from like Chris Stapleton to like Megan the Stallion to like
You
Horn.
need to appreciate the free concert, okay? Like, that's what I
Yeah,
tell everybody.
for sure. I
If
mean,
you're in my car, like, you can listen to like, my son, he's like, "You can't sing," and I'm like, "I realize that, but, like, I know the words for the most part, and, like, I can still hype up the song," and he's like,
Mhm.
"Not really doing it much justice," like, even on my lives, he's like, "You can hear you singing over the song, like, you've gotta stop doing that." I'm like, "It just shows how much I love them. It's okay."
yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. I think that we should all explore more, not just with music, but like with everything. Like I've gotten to a point in my life where like I want to explore new foods. I want to explore new places. I want to explore new music. Like
Yeah.
time is running out for all of us. We're all dying people. Like you should spend every day like it's a new day, like you were just born today and try to explore everything that you possibly can because that's what makes us real well-rounded human beings. And I don't know why people are so uptight about like what other people wear or how they talk or like what they listen to or whatever because it's like that's what brings originality to our world. Why are you mad at people for like lighting the world up?
I have to laugh because when I, like, uh, my aunt just brought this up to me the other day, like, when I was back in s like, when I was in school, and not to put an age on it, but, like, Doc Martens were, like, just coming in, like, Hot Topic was kind of, like, just kind of, like, making its, like, name, and I wanted a pair of Doc Martens so bad, I, like, begged my mom, like, they were, I think, $110, and I, like, begged for these shoes, and nobody around me understood, and, like, my mom, like, she was like, "You sure you don't want something from Limited Too, or, like, one of the other places?" I'm like, "No, I need these Doc Martens," and it's so crazy because now I've seen even over the last month, I've seen how many artists, like, post up, like, a pair of, like, the original Doc Martens, and they're like, "These shoes have carried me through all the years." And it's truly like that. Like, I feel like there's
It
certain things,
is.
like, through the years that, like, I always considered myself a weirdo. Like, weirdos are cool now. It's our
That's why I love
time.
you, man. That's why I love you. Seriously, that's why this is like one of my favorite podcasts to ever come on. That's why you messaged and was like, "Hey, you want to come back on?" I'm like, "Yes." I thought you'd never ask. Like, we got to stick
And
together.
you're teamed up with American Mosh Pits now.
Yeah, that's been amazing. Shout out to the other American mosh pits bands, Fight from Within, Traverse the Abyss, Nailbite. Like, I feel really lucky to be on that roster because they do so much for their bands and like they don't ask for money, they don't ask for anything. They do it because they love it. They do it because they're wanting the same things that the bands want and I've never felt more of a family vibe with anything that I've ever been a part of. The people are great. The things that they're doing for the bands are great, and I'm just blown away that we were able to even join, to be honest. But like, it's something that I hope I'm a part of for the rest of my career for sure.
They bring those pits.
Yes.
They
Get
do.
crazy.
Well,
They
speaking of
definitely
that,
bring the
tell us
enthusiasm.
where we can see you live. Like what performances
Yeah,
are you
I'm
doing over
excited.
the summer?
Oh gosh, I wish I had a list. There's so many. So this Saturday, actually, I think I lost you for a second. This Saturday, we're actually playing in South Carolina at Ground Zero with a lot of really cool bands. Next month, we're playing in Atlantic City at Armageddon Fest.
I will be there with American Mosh Pits.
Yes, I'll get to see you.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have? What else do we have? We're playing Michigan Metal Fest this year in
Be
August.
there.
We'll be there covering
Um,
that.
we have a hometown show that's coming up in Roanoke. We have so many shows. I couldn't even tell you all of them, but if you go to dyingoathband.com, you can see an entire list that we have. We keep it updated. We keep it updated on our Facebook page. We have a linktree /dying oath that has all of our links to literally every social that you can possibly think of.
Money at the bottom.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's so many, but the two that I'm really looking forward to is definitely Michigan Metal Fest and Armageddon Fest. Those are two festivals that we've never played, and I'm really excited to go to Atlantic City. That's gonna be
Now
cool.
with Armageddon, do you know when you're playing? Like,
We don't know what time yet, but I know that I'm playing on Saturday.
okay. There are
So
so many bands playing there. Like, I really am gonna try to get out to it.
I will be there
we
for
gotta
sure.
link up.
Yeah, right
Whether
now,
it's
my parents are retiring, and I'm trying to help them close down their antique shop. So, for everybody that I haven't been to as many shows as usual, like, I still love you, and I will still be back. I'll be back. Like, I will be there. I felt so bad when you played at Love Drives because I wanted to be there so bad. Like during the week, it's hard. And that was a Thursday night. I was like trying everything, and my mom's like, "You want me to watch them overnight and get them to school in the morning?" And I'm like, "Please, please."
girl, trust me, I get it. I've got a 4-year-old that's getting ready to start school, so I definitely get it. But you know what? We're gonna link up. Everything is gonna fall into place at some point. We're gonna link up. We're gonna have the best hugs, the best laughs, and I am excited for it. Jamie, I'll see you soon for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come on. We always love talking to you.
We love
I love
you.
you guys so much.
And
Thank you.
honestly, if there's any songs that you just kind of want some extra hype about, like, feel free to reach out. I mean, like, we
Thank
do
you.
the drops sometimes, and honestly, like, I definitely want to push the one about like the mental issues and everything. Like,
Oh,
I
Yeah,
definitely like, and any other things that you have coming up that have like a strong message to them, definitely reach out to us. They'll got you.
for sure. As soon as I get that video back, I will send it over to you so you can watch it first. You're the first person I've talked to about it since I started working on it. So, yeah, you do whatever you want with it. If you want to push it, you just want to watch it, whatever you want, I'm here for it.
Well, thank you so much. And everybody, make sure you go under and listen to Dying Oath. Make sure you listen to Burn. Like, comment. Let's see some fire signs, and we'll do purple hearts. Purple hearts and
Yeah,
fire signs. Let's blow it up.
I love you
But
guys so much. I
thank you
appreciate
so
you so
much.
much.
And and Jamie will catch up with you at
for sure.
Armageddon, and maybe I'll hop on and check in if I can't get out there.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Love you, girl. Oh, I'm so glad to see her doing so well. And
Oh, she's the best.
she seems like she is in just the best mind space, and
Yep.
I love seeing it.
I do too. That's goals for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I've honestly, like, I was gonna reach out to her like 6 months ago, and then like just got bombarded. And then Vin the other day was like talking about that. I'm like, you know what? Like,
Yep.
I need to get her on right now
Yep.
because
Yep.
we absolutely love her.
Oh yeah, she's great. Very good role model. Yes.
Definitely. So go on, like all of their posts, and definitely follow Mindy. I'm Mindy Jackson
For
King
sure.
on Facebook. Like, trust me, you'll thank me. Like, between just the comedy and just the updates and the different things that they're doing, like, she's fun. They're
Yeah,
fun.
she's great.
And so we get to look forward to our next show that we will be doing will be our 100th episode.
Yay. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you too much, but we will all be there. Jesse will be in the house too. We will all be there celebrating. Definitely have some surprises. Definitely going to have a good time. And we will see you all then. Thanks
Yeah,
so much
see you
for
soon, guys.
watching.
Bye.
Go on, subscribe.